The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal that teen mom Jenelle Evans filed for divorce from her husband David Eason on the grounds of his alleged erratic behavior, substance abuse issues, and refusal to work. Jenelle, the former star of Teen Mom 2, attacked David in her court motion for separation, bringing up everything from his 2019 admission of killing their pet dog, Nugget, to his ongoing criminal charge for allegedly choking Jenelle's 14-year-old son, Jace. In addition, the complaint included reference to David's purported refusal to work, his extravagant use of Jenelle's funds, and his texts with his ex-wife, which she referred to as criminal conversations. Jenelle stated in the court file that she and David officially separated on February 16, with the intent that the separation be permanent. The file was filed on February 23. Throughout the duration of the marriage of the parties, the defendant has exhibited concerning and at times disturbing behavior towards the plaintiff, she stated. In May 2019, defendant shot and killed the family's pet French bulldog Nugget in front of the minor child. She added, mentioning her 7-year-old daughter Ensley. Because Jenelle said David had killed their family cat, the Columbus County Department of Child Services, DSS, instituted proceedings against the parties and took into custody the aforementioned minor children. Jenelle further claimed that Marisa, David's daughter, was also detained by the DSS at the time of the event. Then she brought up David's supposed attack on Jace towards the end of last year. On or about September 28 of 2023, a report was made to medical professionals by plaintiff's oldest minor child. Following an investigation by the sheriff's office, according to Jenelle's complaint, David was subsequently charged with misdemeanor child abuse and felony assault by strangulation. She further stated that DSS submitted a notice of involuntary dismissal in Columbus County, following several months of having Jace under their care. Despite the voluntary dismissal of the underlying DSS proceedings, the defendant's criminal case is still pending, and the defendant is subject to several no-contact provisions in the aforementioned criminal case, Jenelle claimed. Since the case was voluntarily dismissed and primary physical custody of Jace reverted back to plaintiff, defendant left the former marital residence at the behest of plaintiff so that he could return home with plaintiff and his siblings, she said. Furthermore, according to Jenelle, David is currently residing on her boat, which is berthed in a neighboring marina. The well-known former Teen Mom star claimed that David hasn't followed up with her or asked about Ensley since their split. Plaintiff has been spending his days drinking liquor at a bar near the marina, she said. She said that in addition, David had refused to give her the key to their mailbox, which had prevented her from picking up Jace's prescription, so putting the minor child at risk for detrimental health effects. She also took a hard stance against David for abandoning their 16-year-old daughter Marisa after he departed their marital home. Defendant developed no plan for ensuring both of his biological minor children were cared for and offered plaintiff zero support and assistance with any of the minor children during this time, especially since he had just been forced into DSS custody because of alleged acts of domestic violence by the defendant. Jenelle claimed in the document she needed Marisa out of the house so she could devote all of her attention to Jace. In addition, she stated that on February 22, David entered their home in defiance of a no-contact order regarding Jace. For the purpose of harassing or annoying plaintiff, defendant took plaintiff's vehicle without her permission and told her to kill herself among other vile insults, which plaintiff filmed the interaction for her safety. The filings state that Jace was home, but not present during defendant's show. She also took offense at David over his lewd texts with his ex-wife Whitney Johnson, which were exclusively revealed late last year by the U.S. Sun. Defendant has committed further marital misconduct in that defendant, upon information belief, carried on criminal conversations with his ex-wife, who is the mother of his biological daughter, sometime in 2023, according to the petition. When the parties were the focus of the DSA investigation, the plaintiff was fighting for custody of Jace, who had been taken from her primary custody because of allegations about the defendant's behavior, and she was unable to process the reality of those revelations. She went on to say, "Defendant has further committed marital misconduct in that he excessively uses alcohol and has not maintained consistent full-time employment for a number of years, has recklessly spent the party's money which plaintiff solely earns, and in other ways to be shown at trial." Jenelle attributes David's erratic behavior to drinking. It takes at least a year for parties to be separated in North Carolina before they can file for an absolute divorce. Jenelle stated in her request for a permanent separation that the defendant's heavy alcohol consumption during the couple's marriage was taxing and made plaintiff's life unpleasant. Defendant would regularly drink and drive and spend excess money on alcohol, money which he does not earn and which could otherwise go toward the financial well-being of the minor children. The ex-MTV celebrity claimed that David would make fun of and belittle her in front of the kids and other people. She further stated in her request for relief that the defendant recklessly spent plaintiff's earned income while refusing to earn consistent income to contribute to the family. Additionally, Jenelle stated that David killed the family dog and then reportedly strangled Jace, which is why they lost custody of their children the 2 times. Defendant's actions, as set forth above, were willful, intentional, and without just cause provocation or fault on the part of plaintiff, she said. Jenelle went on to admit the harm her marriage to David seemed to have done to her reputation. Plaintiff has been a faithful and dutiful spouse to the defendant and has stuck by the defendant's side through the criticism of millions of people across the world on social media who voiced concern regarding the defendant's behaviors. Defendant's conduct has caused plaintiff employment compensation and degraded her public image. Jenelle is also requesting child support from David in addition to primary physical custody of Ensley. Additionally, she requested that their property be divided in the form of an unequal distribution of assets in the plaintiff's favor, most likely since she is the primary provider for the family. The reality star also requests a ruling from the court allowing her to lawfully retain the marital residence, which they have dubbed the land. Since David has been gone from the property, Jenelle claimed, defendant has made several statements that plaintiff cannot keep him from his home. Plaintiff is in need of the sole use, enjoyment, and possession of the property for the benefit of plaintiff and the minor children, and hereby requests this court to enter an order sequestering the property for the benefit of plaintiff and the minor children. David was served with a copy of the complaint on February 23, as per the court record, and as per the clerk's office, he has not yet submitted his answer. The couple has experienced breakups in the past. After David killed the family dog, Nugget, in 2019, Jenelle grabbed the kids, relocated out of state to Tennessee, and filed an explosive restraining order against him. In 2019, DSS returned the kids to Jenelle's custody.